Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever and whenever you are. First of all, I would like to thank the judges for giving me this opportunity to deliver my speech. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Adan from Senior High School 1, Tulungagung. On this occasion, I am going to talk about increase in suicide rates. Ladies and gentlemen, many of us didn't know that the suicide rate is increasing after years. Can you imagine many of young generation is dying out there because of one thing, mental health? We can take an example of recent suicide case Timothy Anugrah from Udayana University. May God bless always beside them. Imagine if the victim is one of our close people, our beloved, maybe your kids, your bestie, your friend. How would you feel about that? First of all, we need to know what's the reason people decided to suicide. Most people who decided to suicide had mental illness, even if they're fine outside, but we don't know what it looks like inside their heart. Ladies and gentlemen, we can take another example from Japan, the top fourth of the developed countries. To achieve that, of course, won't be easy. They need extra hard work. And can you guess what's the consequence of that? Yeah, the rest is the pressure to succeed, to conform, and to meet incredibly high expectation has created a society with one of the highest suicide rates in the world. This shows us that development and wealth don't automatically protect us from this proven human suffering. In fact, the pressure to be perfect in a fast-paced competitive world can be a crushing weight on the human spirit. So, what can we do as a society, as a friend, as a family member? The answer lies in connection, awareness, and dismantling the stigma. Secondly, we must learn to listen, not just to hear the words, but to listen for the silence in between. When someone says, when someone says, I'm fine, but their eyes tells a different story, that is our cue to lean in, not to look away. We must create spaces in our homes, our school, and our communities where it's not just safe, but to be encouraged, to be vulnerable, where saying, I'm not okay, is met with a hug, not judgment. Third, we must educate ourselves and others. Mental illness isn't a weakness, or neither is it a choice. It's a health condition, just like diabetes or hypertension. We will never shame someone for having a fever, right? So, we will never shame someone for battling depression and anxiety. We need to replace ridicule with understanding and gossip with support. And finally, we need to be brave enough. Speak up. If you are struggling, please talk to a trust teacher, a parent, a friend, or even a professional. Your life is precious. The dark you feel isn't permanent. And if you see someone struggling, please be the one who reach out. A simple message, are you okay, can be a lifeline. A message saying, I'm thinking of you, can be a light that pulls someone back from the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, the case from Timothy Anugrah and the statistic from countries like Japan are not just news headlines, they are a wake-up call, a call to be more kinder, to be more present, and to build a world where no one feels so alone that death seems like the only escape. Let's be the generation who breaks the cycle. Let's be the generation who choose empathy over apathy and action over silence. Let's ensure that the memory of those we have lost become a catalyst for a brighter, more compassionate future. Ladies and gentlemen, I start this speech with greetings of peace, and I would like to end it with the same spirit. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.